I came live especially because I got motivated by a discussion that happened today in the speaking room. And the topic that I am going to talk about today is the role of vulnerability in the journey of self transformation. So, talking vulnerability, I feel like I should not have any script while talking about these. That's why I did not do this on my YouTube channel. I'm doing it on Instagram. Maybe I might upload this on YouTube. Let's see how it goes. But I really wanted to have a heart to heart discussion about vulnerability because I think this topic is so close to me and it has helped me so much, and it has been a stepping stone. I have seen the times where I have been vulnerable, made be my emotions, made made be about anything, the way I am feeling. I think being vulnerable takes a lot of courage, and due to which it becomes such a big stepping stone and it makes us explore the unexplored. So, before I get started with the whole vulnerability topic, I would like to share something that why did I start this self transformation journey, or what is my take on this? What do I want from this journey? The sole thing that I want from this journey, I started the page Igniter Rituja and my YouTube channel where I want to help people develop their interpersonal skills, is that I have a deep longing to explore the most unique side of myself. I want my creativity to flow, and I think the gift through which my creativity can flow can be my communication skills, or the way I talk to people or interact with people. This is how I can build more meaningful connections. So, talking about more meaningful connections online and interacting with strangers online, people whom you don't know, but we somewhere are missing out on something, that is the authentic connections, or the connections that might happen for a small period of time but they add a lot of value in our life. So, I was in this speaking room. This speaking room is an online platform where all the people who want to practice fluency and want to speak at a certain pace, they all join the speaking room, and there a topic is given or a question is asked and everybody tries to answer that question. I get to know so much about other people when they are answering these questions, and this gives me a chance to deeply introspect into my personality too. So, having such kind of platforms like speaking rooms or online platforms where people can have one to one discussions, I think this is a great possibility. So, with the word possibility, vulnerability has misunderstood or has been taken into different meanings in our society. This usually comes with a sense of getting easily hurt or being an easy target to something. The vulnerability that I am talking about is about possibilities. So, possibilities of finding your greatest self and exploring the best of you also carries a possibility of being hurt or being an easy target. But unless and until you put yourself out there and start exploring, the possibilities become really limited. So, courage is one of the biggest thing that you need in order to be vulnerable. Before this, I want to speak about how vulnerability plays a key role in self transformation. I think unless and until we don't put ourselves out there and we meet new people or interact with new people, we won't get to know the sides of ourselves or our own shadows, our own reflections, the things that we have been running from since our childhood, or might be they are there but not noticed. Because what I have observed since now from my childhood, that human beings are not binary, they are not black or white. This is what also one of my friends, Rana, said in the speaking room. She said that human beings are not black or white. There are spectrum, there are shades, different shades of black and white, different shades of gray. That's how human beings are. It's not about being right or being wrong, or being hurt or being completely fine. There are so many spectrums that we get to explore. And during this exploration, I get a sense that human beings are multidimensional. Seriously, take any trait of human being, something as simple or as important as intelligence. So, intelligence is just not about logical thinking or logical reasoning. We are also aware of emotional intelligence, interpersonal intelligence, musical intelligence, your sense of understanding music. There are so many dimensions to the simple thing, intelligence itself. So, in order to explore this array, I invite you all to allow yourselves to be vulnerable. Now, how can someone be vulnerable and yet protect themselves? Because at the end of the day, we don't want to put ourselves into a box again and go into the shadows of our hurt or deep disrespect that we might face somewhere in our life due to being vulnerable. So let's talk about that. Before going ahead and exploring vulnerability, I want to read out a paragraph from a book that we read in our speaking room, which really, really inspired me. And thank you, Rana. Thank you so much. You are the biggest inspiration that I'm going live right now. It's the same passage that you read during our session in the speaking room, and it's about being on the journey of self transformation and trusting the process, and understanding that transforming yourself or discovering those multidimensional or different array of colors that we are is not going to be an easy journey, but it is going to be an interesting one. So let me read out that paragraph for you. All you need to embark on this transformation journey is your conscious self, a desire to dig deeper, and an understanding that change is not easy, and the road ahead will sometimes be rough, which is true. There are no quick fixes here, which is a difficult fact to come to terms with, especially for many of us who have been conditioned to believe in the illusion of the magic bullet solution. This is such a powerful thing. There is nothing as an instantaneous quick fix, because at some point in time you have to again reflect on the quick fix and find a permanent solution, which will take time. I will be the first to say that work is just that, work. There are no shortcuts, and no one else can do it for you. It can feel uncomfortable or even downright scary to become an active participant in your own healing. This is true, because when we talk about healing, we are talking about exploring the shadow sides of ourselves. Shadow sides are the sides that we have rejected long back, which are supposed to find expression, and these sides are really beautiful. When you meet them, they are like small children who haven't been paid attention to. They are not something that we should be ashamed of. So, the part of shaming yourself or being too critical with yourself has to go slowly in order to find that self that is completely healed. And ultimately, learning who you are and what you are capable of is not only empowering and transformative, but one of the most profound experiences we can have. I'll read the last line again. And ultimately, learning who you are and what you are capable of is not only empowering and transformative, but one of the most profound experiences we can have. Now, why do I feel so passionate about this topic is because I have seen myself changing so much with time. Let me talk about just the 4 years of my college. The person that I was in my first year, the person that I was in my second year, third year, fourth year, even during the 6 months or the semesters, there is a huge change. I am somebody who is very true to her values, but I like to reinvent my emotions further and again, because I think reinvention is something that really takes us one step ahead. And reinventing ourselves is not for somebody out there. It is for the person who wants to find expression outside. So don't stop that person because of shame, guilt, or the fear of being vulnerable. Let that person come out, be vulnerable, and explore all the possibilities. I think you would have liked this video. If you did, then please let me know. It was beautiful talking about the subject, and whatever I said came directly from my heart. So let me know your views about this too, and have a great night.